Okay, so we've downloaded our CSV file that we've got from the Talk app, and we've downloaded our video from YouTube as a 720p video, and we put them in the same folder so we know where they are. The next thing we want to do is actually start up the Race Render app, which on the Mac is in the Applications folder. Boot it up, and it gives you a set of project templates. Now what we want to do is simple video with data logger, which is this one down here bottom left. So we just click on that, then you select your video file and your data file. So select add video file, navigate to where you put them, and select your video file, and similar thing for selecting your CSV file. It then gives you a choice of some various standard data layouts, how it's going to appear on the screen. You can customize these, and I have and created my own one, but here I'll just use one of the standard ones just to show you, how easy it is. So I'll choose that one, standard number 2. It's now asking me which things I want to display. I'll just keep all the defaults. Oh, actually, what I will turn on, I'll turn on throttle position as well. Okay, and that's brought it in. Up here, you select what's your primary, whether you want to use, depends which one is going to be the length of your finished video. So probably the video is what you're going to select, which is this one. And you make sure you have set project length to match so that your project is the same length as your video. And you'll see on here it's already put up those default things. There's a track map, revs, speed, G-force meter, lap times. There's throttle here, but it's not showing any readings at all. That's because we haven't configured that yet. If we go on to the throttle item here, if I can click on it and click on setup, you can then choose which field you want to use for your throttle data. Which I can't remember. There it is, relative accelerator pedal position. And if we just press play, we'll start seeing the video, but it's not synced at all yet. Looks like this screen recording software is interfering with this. Okay. The first thing you do to do a rough synchronization is just click side by side. Sorry about that. Let's select the data and then try side by side. Then in the left hand screen you see the track position. That's a default. You can change that. That's what this down here is for, but track map is probably the one I find the easiest to help you sync it with. And in the right hand screen you can see your actual video. So if we forward the video a bit until we get to somewhere on the track we recognise, so let's see if we can get to it. That's quite good there. We can let it play for a bit or step forward. Let's just get to this bend. Too far. So I'm on the bend here, which I know is this bend here on the map. So I can just slide this slider to move the little red dot around until it's in about the right place. And click OK, and that's a rough sync done. So if we actually start the video going, not sure if these sounds are coming out horrible on the video like they are in real life, but you can see we've got some sort of data going on with the video running as well. We pause that, this speed looks funny. So let's go and check our Speedo setup, and we can see the data field it's using. It's doing automatic, yeah. And the only things we've got on here are in kilometers per hour. So what we can do, because we don't want kilometers an hour, let's just see there's not a setting to just say, no, it doesn't look like there's an obvious one, just to flick to miles an hour. The way I configured this to show what I wanted, which was miles per hour, select the data, go into config, you can have a calculated field. So speed, miles per hour, input field. Now there is two speeds, there's GPS speed, but there's also this one, Speedo BD. That actually comes from the vehicle's ECU, and it's not actually like your Speedo data. It actually is pretty much the same as the GPS data. I think they deliberately put an offset on it for the Speedo. That's pretty realistic, and it avoids picking up GPS errors you get with GPS speed. What you can just say for that is, I want to convert that from kilometers to miles, and just do OK. You can export these data profiles once you set up a custom set, and save them and use them again later by using import to pull them back in. So now on the Speedo I can go to setup and I can change the field to use my new one that I put in, speed miles per hour. So you can let the video run, and you can actually see what's going on. Here's the slowest corner on the track. Does that look? Looks pretty well synced to me. If you wanted to fiddle it backwards or forwards a bit, the easiest way is to use this Synchronization Tool. And on here you can like shift the data against the video by like, you know, plus forward a second. And as you do it, you'll see live on the screen itself the actual readings flick as it's showing you the data from a second's time. Or you can flick it back, adjust it until you think it fits properly. You can change all these gauges, you can customize them all to your heart's content. This one has already got set up with the default. See the checkered flags across the track here? That's what it uses for working out your lap times on this thing here. But you can move that. That's what, when you're on the data, you can click on this little flag icon and you can say where you want the start finish point to be, and you can just trundle it round to wherever you want. I don't actually like using the start finish straight, because you come out from the pits and you haven't crossed it, and you go into the pits at the end of your session and you haven't crossed it. So I tend to normally set it about, you know, somewhere along this first straight afterwards. And you can see as soon as you alter it, it automatically reworks out all your lap times based on that. Any of these things you want to configure, like for the track map, if you go on there, click on setup, and you can say, okay, which of the laps that it's got do you want to base the map on? You can see as you select different versions, you know, different laps, it draws the track based on that. So you can just choose the one you want. The default is it will choose your best lap, i.e. your fastest. Once you've played around with this, it's just a case of click on create video. Do you want to save it? Yes, might as well. Give it a name, decide where you're going to put it. I'm going to put it with the video and the data file that I use to create it, which were in this folder here. I just basically use all of these default settings. and I have it set to automatically upload to YouTube when it finishes. You don't have to. It will just create an MP4 file in that folder, and you can load that up, upload that to YouTube in your normal manner. It's going to ask you, so if the YouTube fails, you still end up with an MP4 file. Yeah, so I'm just going to tell it the MP4 file where I'm going to put it, and I'm going to put it where I just saved that project file, in that same Toyota 2015 1044 folder. That's our original video file. There's our data file we got from Talk, and that's the race render project file that's saved in there. Alright, this is because I've told it to upload to YouTube. It's saying, okay, what's the YouTube account you want to upload to? Here, this is what appears underneath your YouTube video. You can enter extra data in here if you want. You click on done, and then it starts rendering it. You can see here, it depends what else is running on the box at the time and how powerful your processor is. You can see here, to do a 14-minute video, it's flicking about, but I normally reckon it's about 5 times. Here it's probably a bit slower because I'm running this screen recorder software at the same time. But you just leave that to complete, and it will upload it and stick it on YouTube for you as well. You can, if you've set this going and you're going to bed, you can set it to shut down your computer when you complete if you want to. But this one I'm just going to cancel for now. Bye.